Here's how you get different views using Google Earth. When you log in, what you need to click on is this little person icon over here on the bottom right. When I click on that, a lot of blue pops up. Wherever there's blue, that means somebody either drove a vehicle that has a camera on it or they took a picture with a 360 rotation. So we're going to zoom in to get a little better idea of what is where. Anytime I see a line like this road here, that means that somebody actually drove their vehicle and had a camera attached to the top. I can click on this line at any point. We'll click right here, and the camera is going to zoom in, and it's going to change from Google Earth to whatever was actually that person's camera. This person was driving a blue car. So this shows me what it's like along that highway. Pretty bleak desert, and I can double click on the road, and it kind of takes me steps along the way, and I can follow wherever this car went and see whatever he saw. And I could look off to the side. I can even zoom in a bit. And if I wanted to get a screenshot of something in particular, I could go ahead and do that. It's an interesting way of getting landscape from something that somebody actually saw. Now I'll go back out once I click that little arrow, and I'll zoom back out, click the person again. And the other thing that we'll look at are these dots. Now the lines are somebody driving in a vehicle, sometimes somebody hiking or walking or biking, usually a vehicle. A dot means that there's just a camera there. So we'll click on this dot and see what is here. Again, it's going to zoom in, and it's going to change from Google Earth to the actual photo. Looks like somebody's compound of some sort. Oh, look, animals that live here. So again, I can do a 360 rotation, and I can even zoom in if I wanted to. If I wanted to get a particular screenshot of something, and I could take a screenshot of this nice looking gazelle if I wanted to. So clicking this arrow here takes me out, and I can back up. And using this method is a very good way of getting really neat images that somebody actually took on the ground. The other type of image is called an aerial shot, and that's different. That's where you just zoom in. For example, I'll go over these dunes here in Saudi Arabia, and these are the dunes, but I'm going to angle my camera like that. So I'm not in, this is not a picture somebody took. This is a satellite view, but this is pretty photorealistic, and I could take a screenshot of this. This is called an aerial view because this is from the air. And if I look down on the right here, this is from 13 miles up. The camera is 13 miles up. It's pretty high. And this is my latitude and this is my longitude of wherever my cursor is. So I can zoom in even more, and now I'm at about 3,000 feet. So a little bit above the dunes, and I can angle it more. And if I wanted to get a good shot of these sand dunes to show the desert here in Saudi Arabia. And then, of course, I can just back out and get more places. Now, we notice that these labels are here. If I take a picture of something, of landscape, I don't necessarily want the labels. To get rid of the labels, all I have to do is go to these three dots, or the three lines, rather. Click that. I'll go to Map Style, and then I'll click on Clean. That gets rid of all the labels. Exploration and everything add labels. Clean means no labels and no borders. So then I can zoom in to these mountains and you get to about 5,000 feet, and I'll pan. And so now I could, if I wanted to get a picture of these mountains, I could get a nice picture of these, will look like mesas actually, and this would be what the landscape looks like from an aerial shot. The other way you can get images, which these are also often copyrighted, so you don't want to, but they're neat to look at, is to back out here, is to click on photos. So if I go to these three lines again, click on photos, that basically turns on any picture that somebody's uploaded from this area. So they're kind of neat to look at, though they are copyrighted. This looks like an oasis right here in the middle of the desert. So these are really neat. These are clear images, and sometimes there's multiple. There's one of 20, so I can click on these and see other pictures that this person took in probably this location. So really neat to see what it looks like in these locations. So those are some definite ways of getting really good images from Google Earth.